Well, you've made it to the last set of Module 1 tasks for compiling your school counseling program's foundations document. In this section, Section D, you will choose your school counseling program's standards for students. Student standards build on your program's vision and mission statements and further detail what you want for your students as a result of the school counseling program. More specifically, student standards summarize what you want students to know, what skills you want students to have, or actions you want them to take, and the attitudes or mindsets you hope students will gain as a result of the school counseling program. Now, just like math teachers want all students to know the multiplication tables or have the skills to demonstrate trigonometric functions, I got that word and phrase out, good for me. So too, your school counseling program wants students to know, for example, the difference between being bullied and just being teased. We want students to have mindsets or attitudes to believe that it's okay to be different, even if other students don't like it. And we want students to complete certain actions, such as apply for the FAFSA or complete a career interest inventory or practice self-regulatory skills so they don't fight with the bully. The common shorthand used for these three elements is knowledge, skills, and attitudes, or what you'll sometimes see listed as KSA. Note that the term skills sometimes can mean multiple things, including the actions you want students to complete, such as completing a job shadowing experience or completing an online career assessment. It also means the skills or actions we want students to demonstrate, such as the skills of self-regulation or the skills of behaving appropriately. You'll see these terms reflected in ASCA's set of student standards called Mindsets and Behaviors. ASCA's 30-plus mindsets and behaviors summarize, sometimes broadly, what students should know, believe, and demonstrate based on a solid body of evidence and research that connects these standards to student success. If you're not going for the RAMP award, you actually can choose whatever counseling student standards you want. But in all cases, standards should remain fairly constant year to year, which is why they're called standards. It's also good to use the term standards when you refer to these because the term standards is familiar to both administrators and teachers. The school's math, programs, science, English, social studies, etc., all have standards for students. And now, with this program, so does your school counseling program. Using standards conveys that the counseling program is both an important and integral part of the school environment. When you click on the pencil icon in step 11, it will take you to this page where you can choose whether you want to use the 30-plus mindsets and behaviors from ASCA, or if you want to enter your own student standards, such as your state or locally developed standards, or some combination of both. To enter your own standards, click on Enter My Own Student Standards, which will allow you to enter any standards you choose. If you click on the third option, you can choose to unclick the mindsets and behaviors you don't want, and then scroll down to the bottom of the page to enter your own additional standards. Remember, if you're aspiring toward RAMP, either now or in the future, you are only allowed for RAMP to use the ASCA mindset and behavior standards. No matter what decision you make regarding your school counseling program standards for students, we encourage you in step 12 to consider administering our free research-based, developmentally appropriate student success needs assessment to your students at least once each year. This online assessment has 4 sections. Section 1 gathers very basic student demographic data. Section 2 includes questions directly correlated to ASCA's 30-plus mindsets and behaviors, so you can see from year to year if progress is being made. Section 3 has a few college and career readiness questions geared for students of all ages. And Section 4 asks students about the school's counseling program. Even if you choose not to use ASCA's mindsets and behaviors, we urge you to administer the Student Success Needs Assessment simply because the results will provide you with supplemental data that you can use to not only convey the current needs of your students and communicate the importance of your school counseling program, but also over time show how your efforts through the counseling program result directly or indirectly in making a positive, measurable impact on students in your school. If you're still debating about the Student Success Needs Assessment, take a look at the sample results report that our system generates. We think it's quite impressive. We believe any administrator you show it to will be highly impressed as well. In this way, the student data you gather from the needs assessment serves 2 big purposes that are core to an effective comprehensive counseling model. One, the data reveals the priority needs of the students that become your reason for requesting more time to work with those students. And two, the data from the needs assessment over time can also provide tangible evidence of the effectiveness and value of the school counseling program. We know you shouldn't have to convince anyone that your school counseling program is valuable, but administrators change and community attitudes change over time. So it never hurts to have a good student data set of results in your back pocket to demonstrate the need for the school counseling program. In step 12, consider putting a date on your calendar to administer the Student Success Needs Assessment either in the fall or the spring or both. To wrap up Module 1, drop down to Section E and click on the document icon to review your Foundations document and make any final edits. You're now able to download this document and save it for future meetings with your administrators. Share it with your Counseling Programs Advisory Council if you have one, or just print it and make it part of your school counseling programs manual, or give it to new counselors or counselor interns. Well, yeah, I guess you could post it on your website too for others to view, or all of the above. If you have completed these steps, you now have a Foundations document for your school counseling program that will provide clarity, improve others' understanding of the school counseling program, and hopefully lead to greater support for the work you do. Well done. If you have any questions or need support along the way from a real human being, just click on the purple icon on the left-hand side labeled support, and we'll be there